Last time on Supernatural.
The library, and they drowned her in the nonfiction section.
Is there a closet by the door that Preston could hide in?
Why is it going off for the mannequin, though? That we should question that more than why I know that.
It's gonna get up and very quickly just give him the abruptest kiss on the top of the head and walk straight out.
You want his heart, but that ain't your heart. Someone else has got your heart. Am I right?
I'd probably do like a 50.
Oh, look at that. You are on the list.
That one's a real ass butt.
Well, whoever your cleaner is has done a fantastic job. I see no signs of any.
It's...
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Dark Domain, where tonight we are playing Supernatural, the TTRPG, a Westmarch-style campaign set in the world of Supernatural, the hit TV show from the CW, starring Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles, my personal favorite, because who doesn't like him? Tonight, we have some returning faces and a new hunter among us, as they find themselves drawn towards Glacier Park in Montana, United States. And as our hunters have kind of do their research on their own time, their own kind of hunting down strange phenomenon and events to track down across the country and perhaps one day internationally, if things go their way. But now there have been a series of missing hikers and campers in the national park. And then eventually some of those missing people have turned up mangled, as if attacked by an animal. And as we kind of open our scene, the nearest actual town, if that's what you want to call it, would be St. Mary, Montana, just outside the wildlife preserve in which you find the Glacier National Park. It is a small, kind of blink and you miss it, on the western border of the Blackfeet Indian Reservation, next to Glacier, east of Glacier National Park. And as each of our hunters roll up, having in mind what brought them here, how they got here, we are greeted with the familiar and unique sounds of ska reverberating across the air in this small nowhere town as a van pulls into St. Mary, and inside, everyone's favorite himbo from this campaign, Dutton Kimber.
You're muted. Yeah, Dutton has followed his Google search of weird deaths in my area and followed it far enough to end up here. So the 1978 GMC Vandura is rolling into town.
And then, not far behind, and new to this life, and possibly on their very first hunt, Valerie Vernon. So how do we greet Valerie as she strolls into this place that has probably no stoplights and a single pizza place?
She is definitely out of her element and a little creeped out. She can handle lots of people, dark places, but these back roads and hillbillies, they kind of get a little creepy. So she's making her way into the park, maybe a little more nervously and definitely standing out.
Okay. And then next to stroll into this little nowhere town, somebody that almost got themselves arrested the last time we met them while hunting a what they believe to be a banshee at the time. We meet Alice Eden.
Hey, that's me.
That is. She almost got arrested in Maine last time we saw her.
Nice.
Listen, she's a badass bitch. Don't even. So, where am I rolling up exactly? Do I see Dutton?
I believe in this small, it's labeled as a village on the map.
Oh,
So imagine how small that is. Like, it's, yeah, there's like nothing here. I believe it would probably be hard to miss that bright red van of his.
I literally just get out of my car and start shaking my head, staring at the van.
It's like there are lots of words that can be used to describe Dutton. Subtle is not one of them.
No, it's not. I'm like, oh, bloody hell, he's back again.
And then last, but certainly not least, we see a man that we last met in Hollywood, roaming around trying to defeat a ghost, and I believe he ended up hand to hand with what I can only describe as a mannequin made aberration. As it was just a bunch of like mannequins shoved together in this mass of writhing arms and legs.
a mannequin chimera, a manamera, if you will.
Oh, and we're glad to see Crow here in the audience because I believe they do owe
Crow.
Sawyer some payback.
Yes, Sawyer, who has studied up on this newfangled world, actually pulls up in the one Uber driver who was willing to drive this far, as he has upgraded from his half-snapped clamshell to a smartphone. And now understands a little bit of the world, but he still looks like a timepiece taken from the 50s and put here in 2025. As he is still wearing that old school, blatantly gangster outfit.
Now, with the four of them all kind of rolling up, Alice obviously spotting the less than subtle red van blasting ska into this tiny hamlet of a town. There's not a lot in this town. Like, you're looking at a gas station with maybe 2 pumps, a pizza
Sounds
place.
like my ex-husband.
They have this rundown motel, the St. Mary Village motel and RV park, a small mom and pop St. Mary grocery store, and the Curly Bear Cafe. And you can imagine that all 3 of these places are probably owned by the same family with how small this place is.
Cafe, you say?
Yes. Yeah, there's another motel called the Cottages at Glacier. There's also a small tavern called Kip's Beer Garden and the Rising Sun Pizza. And other than that, it's just residential houses. And they're all on one side of the road.
Sawyer is definitely out of cigarettes. So he's going to stop by that gas station.
Okay. You get out and in kind of typical fashion, there's an old timer kind of sitting out front in a chair. A dog, maybe as old as he is, laying on the ground next to him. He's got an empty cup that he keeps spitting in.
Yeah, Sawyer will kind of crouch down, the cracking of his knees giving away his age.
All right.
And he's
Gotta be loud with that one. All right.
He's gonna put his hand out to the dog. Pardon me, old timer, but you mind if I ask you a question or two before I go shopping?
I don't get on questions now. What you need?
There's been some bodies showing up here lately. A bit of the mangled type. You reckon you can point me in the direction of your local practitioner of the morgue type?
Boy, we ain't got no more right here. You got to go back in statewide for that. But I know them kids that they just found was out at the ranger station out at the park.
Down at the ranger station. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you.
Yeah, that would be the ranger station at Crystal Point, leading into the Glacier National Park.
Crystal Point. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah, and then Sawyer
Thank
will go
you
in.
to Google Maps.
Yeah, Sawyer will go in and buy himself some cigarettes and an old school bottled cane sugar soda.
Oh, absolutely. This is the type of place that has that.
Yeah.
Everything's like outrageously priced because you're so far from like any actual city that's like, oh, we have to ship it out here. So inflation.
Oh, yeah. I've been to places exactly like you're talking about.
I grew up in a place like that.
Well, that's what Sawyer does.
And what about Valerie, since Dutton had to step away, and I know those two are going to cohort straight into something once he and Alice find one another.
Valerie's taking a walk through the town. I imagine it doesn't take very long to get the idea, a perimeter, and listen to anyone on the street. Little talk between the locals.
All right. Well, let's give that a roll then. That is going to be a alertness and perception. So that is two different kinds of dice rolled together, and then you give me the sum of both dice.
Okie dokie. 3.
You get the everyday run of the mill, like, oh, did you hear about Sarah? She ran off with that John character. But nothing in the whim of leading you towards anything that could have mangled bodies out in the park.
Okay. She's going to be standing out. She's going to be very much city slicker, hair tied back, all black, and she doesn't look like she belongs here. So
is this just a snapshot of Gibby in the wild?
pretty much. And she's gonna be like a tourist. I'm getting the colors of the leaves. Yeah, that's what people do.
Oh, y'all out to get me today.
Leafers.
Back home we call them leafers, and they're either from Quebec or Massachusetts. Either way, we don't like them.
Ours are from Florida or Virginia.
I don't think anybody from that far south usually came up that far north. I think they went to New York and stopped. And that's a
Fair.
New York problem. I don't care about that. Listen, I'm not a sports guy, but I root for the home teams and whoever plays against New York.
Fair enough.
But yeah, there's not a lot of talk about anything that would hint at the supernatural or mangled bodies or anything like that. But then as we kind of pan our camera, we see Alice just spotting that van, shaking her head. I imagine at some point the van actually turns off, the scoff fades from everyone's ears. And we kind of meet those two like doing the Spider-Man meme of
I literally just reach into the window of my car, grab the bottle of tequila that was in the passenger seat, take a swig, and put it back and start walking towards Dutton.
Dutton.
Because God knows I'm going to need it.
Dutton has climbed out of the car and right in front of that gas station because he's gotta fill up the van. I'm guessing it doesn't. As amazing as the Vandura is, it's not exactly the best on the gas mileage. So to fill that back up before we head into the park. Also, going into a national park that's camping, he needs snacks.
Snacks. And imagine
Snackies are important.
this actually sets things up for Sawyer to kind of come out with his soda and his smokes and kind of see this obnoxiously red loud van as it dies, and Dutton walking in, probably trailed begrudgingly by Alice.
Kids these days always being so flashy. Hey, you two are heading into the park by chance?
And you want to know why?
Yep, we are.
Dutton, what
What?
is wrong with you? Bloody hell!
You ask your question.
You don't have to answer every damn question.
Why not?
She
If
goes
I
towards
cover,
the shelf and grabs more tequila.
if
Oh, yeah,
I cover your gas expenses, do you think you could give me a lift into there?
Well, probably. If you follow the rules of the van.
I am, by all means, a guideline of the rules.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Sawyer will pull out $100 bill and hand it to Dutton. Sawyer's real rich.
Oh yeah, so is Dutton. Dutton got
Okay.
maxed
So
resources.
is Alice.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We're all doing wealthy.
I made an idiot and then rolled like max resources. I'm like, I guess I just have a bunch of money and I'm stupid. Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Trust
just kind
fund
of
kid.
You're playing Elon Musk? Sorry.
Whoa. No, we like Dutton. Dutton's not out here doing weird salutes on TV, okay?
Dutton looks like he has walked through buildings before on accident. He's kind of got big ungainly dog energy.
Same.
Oh.
With the ability to lie to match it.
Oh yeah, no, he cannot lie,
I like it.
and is not great with the people. So he's gonna go get snacks and then fill up the van and ask Alice if she needs anything since he's already paying for a bunch of stuff.
I believe Alice hands you the bottle of tequila.
She, in fact, she actually grabs an additional bottle.
One for the road and one for later.
Yeah.
And one for me.
Two for me,
Yeah, it'll just
none for you.
Pay for everything.
I'm gonna walk back to the Shelby and grab my duffel bag and just jump in the van with Dutton.
It's
It's where Dutton will go over the rules. There's no eating in the van. There's no smoking in the van. And there's no shoes in the van.
She already
Oh.
took off her shoes, and she's like, "Good thing I don't eat," and opens the bottle of tequila and starts drinking it.
Oh, then if before we depart, then I'm gonna have myself one of my favorite pastimes, and he'll step out to the side and light his cigarette.
And as like Alice is going to grab her duffel bag, probably cursing and just complaining about her bad luck, as I imagine she might do, she does spot somebody that just sticks out against the demographic of this area, where everyone's just kind of like the out there by the national park kind of like white bread America. There's this individual that 100% all black, just sticks out like a sore thumb. That's you, Alice.
I totally missed the cue.
I
I stick out like a sore thumb.
That you're when you go to grab your duffel bag and whatever else you need from your car, you see this one individual that just stands out against everybody else you seem to lay eyes on in this little hamlet. Where like normally like you see like the blue collar worker, like
Yeah,
white bread America.
I heard that. Yeah,
There's
okay.
this person walking about kind of like eyeing people, jet black goth woman, just
I walk
wondering-
up to her and I'm like, I'm assuming you don't live around here.
Oh, hey. No. I'm just sightseeing, and I heard there was some weirdness going on in the area, and I have no idea where I am.
Okay. Are you going towards the weirdness or away from it?
Well, it depends on the type of weirdness. Like the town itself is kind of weird. And
We're gonna cut the shit. Why did you come here?
oh, for the forest and the dead bodies.
Okay, perfect. Well, if you want to get into Crazy Red Van, I promise you it is safe. He does not have candy because we're not even allowed to eat in there, but you can't bring your shoes. And we're going towards said dead bodies if you would like to join. At worst case, you could be bait.
You know, compared to the rednecks, that sounds like a better deal.
Honestly, probably. I also have tequila, so at least it'll be a good time.
Oh, sweet deal. And Valerie will just get all happy and follow Alice to the van.
She was never seen again.
Alice went to go get her stuff, comes back with a new friend.
Hey.
Uh,
Just like
so it seems we're starting a bit of an entourage.
You said creepy red van and tequila. You didn't
Not-
say
not creepy.
guys too.
Ignore them. They're
I
harmless.
take offense to that. I like to think myself quite the gentleman.
The van's not creepy.
Dutton, you're in it. It makes it creepy.
Rude.
Well,
We're not
okay.
even allowed to have snacks in here, okay? I have to take my shoes off. Last I checked, I am a grown woman.
Yeah, but last I checked, it's my van.
Yes, and I'm greatly judging you for driving barefoot.
Well, actually, it kind of makes sense because you mostly just drive with your big toe. So then you got more functional control with that.
The shag carpet's hard to clean.
That's also true.
Why Did you put shed carpet in the van? No, you know what? Dutton, I don't want to know.
I'm a little concerned. Getting into a stranger's van that wants me to take my shoes off usually leads. Well, at least I would make money in the deal, but this just doesn't seem. Wait, rednecks. Okay, yeah, let's go.
I was like, we could leave you here.
No. They're scary.
Scarier
Hi.
than the red van. Cool.
Red van is very nice.
There's probably shag carpeting.
Mm-hmm.
Not probably. There is.
Is there a disco ball?
No.
Yes. No, I thought there was one last time.
I don't think there's a disco ball. There's a bed thing that can be made up in the back.
There's a bed too.
Well, yeah, Dutton lives out of the van.
Yeah. So like you look back over the back seats, and there's just enough things to like fold out and kind of put together to make a bed.
He has like a hot plate in the corner underneath the seat.
But he does not cook inside the van.
No, he doesn't. It's gas powered.
I like
You
it.
don't eat in the van.
Yes,
Why
exactly.
Dutton was interested about there being a diner. That's where he gets pancakes from.
You don't eat in the van, but you can drink tequila?
Yes. He never said anything about drinking.
I did not say anything about that.
Okay, well, if I can have tequila, I'm Valerie.
She hands over the bottle. You'll need it.
I'm Sawyer. It's a pleasure to meet you.
She'll take the bottle and take a swig and then hand it back.
So, with all of us heading to the woods, are you all aware that there has been some grizzly murders?
Well, yeah, that's why I'm here. Though,
Or
What
murders
kind of
by a
grizzly?
grizzly. Could be murders by a grizzly.
So I ran into this last time I was investigating something like this. I believe the young lady called them hunters. Are you all hunters as well?
yes.
Okay, that makes this a lot more simple. I'm Sawyer. I work for a couple people, and my job is to catch and send back to Texas whatever this is.
Send back alive?
If possible, yeah. But if it is a bit too dangerous, then simply what remains of it will do.
Okay, because it does seem kind of murdery.
That's why they send me.
Good to know.
I don't know. Can definitely try.
Oh, that's my job. I just simply wanted you all to know. So,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, I'm expecting you to help me with it. If it
I
tries to
think-
kill you, please kill it.
Trying to think, there wasn't anything of the ghost to send back. And the lady with the weird heart thing also didn't leave a whole lot behind.
Oh, that's right. Dutton did deal with the Korean, didn't he?
I mean, Dutton was there. I don't know if Dutton dealt with
Yeah.
anything.
He was present.
Dutton kicked a bunch of doors down. That was about all Dutton did.
Mhm. But as the van starts back up, I imagine Dutton's ska music kicking back up as the radio turns on.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It is a 52-minute, 25-mile drive from St. Mary to the entrance to the national park at Crystal Point. And there's a whole lot of nothing to look at. Some mountains, forest, more mountains, more forest, cross over a couple rivers. But then you come to Crystal Point, a little ranger station at the trailhead leading into the heart of the national park. And there are a few, like 3 or 4 different state patrol vehicles parked here, as there seems to be a handful of people inside the ranger station itself.
Sawyer is going to start going into his duffel bag for various items that he needs, such as a fake ID, his weapons of choice, and various things like that.
Dutton is going to take a look at all the official like law enforcement cars, and then kind of look through the rearview mirror back at Alice. Be like, "Are you going to talk to the cops?"
Sure. Sure.
Because you got mad at me when I was answering questions, and they're going to ask lots of questions.
Dutton, just keep your mouth shut.
Dutton will stay with the van. He'll even turn the music down.
Am I the only one going to go see these cops?
No, I will be going as well.
Valerie's going to stay in the van and look through the music collection.
Yeah,
it is a magnificently expansive collection of indie and small band ska music.
Is it all like tapes?
There's a lot of tapes. There's CDs because he has a CD player plugged in through like the tape deck, and there's a bunch of like burn CDs of like Dutton's fight mix.
Yes.
Fight mix 1. Cool vibes to cool ska songs to vibe to. Volume 1. So as Alice and Sawyer kind of disembark the van, leaving Valerie and Dutton behind, entering the ranger station, there's 4 officers and 3 rangers in there, all kind of huddled around that island-style desk that you often see as you walk into a place. The door kind of has that bell jingle above it. It's not electronic. It's an actual bell that gets hit by the door. And you see a bunch of eyes kind of turn towards you guys.
Sawyer will quickly flip down a fake badge. Officer Jerry Lee Lewis. This is my partner, Holly Buddy. We're doing some investigation on what's been going on in here.
And what kind of fake badge is it?
It would be a fake badge of the CIA.
CIA. All right. I need a willpower. And where is the skill I'm looking for? Covert.
Covert.
For
Okay.
lying.
All right. So, hi everyone. I forgot my dice. So I'm going to be using the dice that Shattered Tabletop sent me.
Ooh.
For being a subscriber to their channel.
Like Dark Domain sent out to Psycat not long ago.
So
for reaching 75 viewers.
So if you want some cool dice, subscribe to Dark Dominion RPGs today.
Oh, once we hit 100, we have a giveaway from Silver Studio. They'll be giving away some goodies to one of our lucky viewers. And you can find their link in the chat.
Check the chat while I open up these dice. Do it.
And while he's doing that, just a reminder, we do have channel points for this game specifically. If you're in the game, you can't use them, but you, the viewers, can. Just look for all the ones that have the letters SPN underneath the reward. that can either help the players or help me to not help the players.
And Ryan, while the lovely viewers are gleefully going through the channel point rewards, would you care to describe a hypothetical for me? If someone was to have no points in covert,
That is an automatic D2.
okay. Hypothetically speaking, of course.
Hypothetically, of course.
Yeah.
Funny thing, your no points is still better than my no points. Because my covert is a D2 minus a D6.
Surprisingly, not that bad. I got a 6 on the willpower and then an even, which I would call a 2 on a D2.
Okay.
So that would be a total of 8.
All right. Yeah. Flips it down real quick, flips it back up before they really have a chance to see it. And they kind of look at the two of you like, you don't look like feds. What are you doing here?
Well, under your keen eye, several deaths have happened with no answers and no regards. So it is our duty to come from home office and investigate these to make sure you're on the up and up. Isn't that right, Holly?
Yeah. She's just giving him a side eye, like, okay.
This is like when people on the show get dragged in and they don't get to pick their agent name and just side eye the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Agent Blue, and this is my partner, Agent Barry. Well, yeah, no, we've had missing hikers. We're still looking for them. Some of them have turned up. Looks like an animal attack. It's probably just a mountain lion.
Are we able to talk to these people that came back?
Well, they're dead, Holly.
I don't know if the CIA has like necromancy agent, but
Well, you didn't say dead in that sentence, so I wasn't sure.
they're pretty mangled. They're most of them aren't in one piece.
Can we see the bodies?
Yeah, sure. We actually have one in the back right now. We found him this morning.
All right, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much.
And one of the state troopers will take you in the back and kind of uncover this young man, probably in his mid to late 20s, as far as you can tell, has openly been clawed, chewed on, and kind of just disemboweled in general. And there's a lot of him not present.
The bite marks and such. Does it look like an actual mountain lion would have made that?
Give me an intelligence and perception.
Could I perhaps roll this as well?
Yeah.
That's a 2.
That's a 12.
So starting from the lowest to highest. So you're not even sure those are bite marks. Alice, on the other hand, those are not incisors made by any kind of animal that you are familiar with, whether it be mountain lion, wolf, or bear.
Anything that I
Those
may have
look-
an inkling to that's supernatural?
Give me an intelligence and knowledge.
Well, that's gonna suck. 5.
You know, they're not animal bites, so the arrangement does look like a human jaw, but the bite marks themselves look wrong, as if they're made by almost like a pointed tooth, more like a, how do I describe this? They're not like predator incisors. They're more, if somebody had like rows and rows of like snake fangs.
Okay. Do
Like
we
that
see
thin,
anything
pointed
else
piece.
that shouldn't be there on the body?
Uh,
Bear in mind, like
there,
I'm putting gloves on and I'm just going at it.
there's some claw marks that don't fit the right measurements for like any kind of known animal claws. They look longer and thinner versus how like you'd have like the feline or bear claws that would rip. These look more sleek. Uh, and the fact that a lot of the meat, shall we call it, is missing, while the organs enlarge, minus say like the liver and heart are missing. The rest are pretty much there.
I almost feel like Gollum is here or something. All right.
Well, definitely seems like something's been doing some chewing on them.
I love it when my descriptions give veteran players like, I don't like that.
No.
I do not like any of those words in that order.
Those are all words. They don't belong together in any circumstance. And he said them.
Mm-hmm.
Sawyer's going to kind of fumble with his newfound phone and do some like finger in the photo pictures of it.
So the thumb over the lens.
Yeah. So like there'll be like maybe 2 good pictures, but the rest it's like he accidentally took a selfie. There's a couple of his like finger shots in it. He accidentally took a picture of
Like,
Alice.
it's a lot of this with like the body right here.
Yeah.
Turn the reverse cam on. Take picture yourself.
Accidentally goes live on TikTok.
We may give Meg an aneurysm tonight. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I thought you guys liked me. It's fine. It's okay.
We do. We torture our friends.
Sawyer's just an
Is that what we do?
Yeah. I have at least 2 other people that will confirm this. We torture our friends and we're nice to people we don't like.
Why?
Because
spent too much time in customer service. It's an instinct at this point.
and we don't have to mask around our friends, so we can just be mean to one each other playfully.
I'm just mean in general, Ryan.
Yeah, no. It's fine. I only listen to half of what you say anyway.
Oh.
No, it's only because he's deaf in one ear from the bottom.
That's a fact, though. This ear's pretty shot. Wear ear protection if you're in the service. I'm just saying.
Always.
Explosions and eardrums do not mix.
Oh, come on. Live life on the edge. Let's go.
I did. It was on the edge of an airplane. I jumped out with a parachute. It's fine.
Except for the explosive good time you have at Dark Domain RPGs.
Oh my god.
Been there,
yeah,
done that, got the shrapnel.
Everything about this being an animal attack doesn't match up with what you're seeing.
Perhaps people at home base may be able to give us a better clue.
Yeah. Sure. It starts like walking out.
Thank you, officer. Did you happen to have an ID for this body?
Yeah, 1 second. Goes over to a locker, opens it up, and produces basically an evidence bag of their smaller effects.
If you don't mind, I'll be taking that with me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he'll take it.
AKA the ska van.
Evidence bag. Okay. And then, yeah, Sawyer will begin to head out from the Ranger Park.
And I'm assuming Alice is just following behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what are the other 2 doing as they come walking back?
Dutton is explaining the intricacies of the two-tone movement and how ska is very influential, and it comes from Jamaica, and just rambling. Dutton has a thing that makes him socially awkward. Mechanically, he is socially awkward.
That's a real thing on his sheet.
I know, it's great.
Valerie is playing air drums and totally jamming out.
The golden retriever is impressing the black cat with music.
God damn it.
None of y'all can tell me I'm wrong.
No, it's 100% accurate.
Yeah. You two come back and you see Dutton just kind of miming and talking, but you can't really hear over the ska. And you just see Valley just going to town.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's two of them. This is getting out of hand.
If you two are ready, we have a bit of an update on our murder cases.
Ooh, murder. Yeah, what you got?
We'll turn the volume down.
I believe Alice was looking through the bites, and I took a couple photos. Well, not that one. Not that one. Not that one.
I just start relaying everything that was said or that I found.
And then Sawyer will show the 2 good photos he took out of the 15.
Yeah, this body is mangled, and Alice explaining that there is no way in hell that this was a mountain lion or a bear or even a wolf. Nothing matches up. It's more in line with how a human jaw is built, but the teeth aren't right. They're more of a fine, almost needle-like point, rather than like the sharp canine that you would find on a typical predator.
Did you find out where the body was found?
You know, that would have been a great question to ask.
Be real awkward if you walked back there and asked, wouldn't it?
Well,
Let's go.
Hold on, maybe I have a different idea for you all, and then you two can go up there.
Doesn't it should be that it is in like cargo shorts and a beater, and looks like he has been in a fight. Always.
Dutton should not go
Current
in
cauliflower
there at
ear.
all.
Oh yeah, definitely cauliflower ear, a black eye.
And Valerie is like very typical black goth girl, like cute-ish kawaii.
Kawaii goth girl. Sawyer doesn't even know what to make of that, honestly. But there was several of them. Can I look at the ID that's in this evidence bag?
Sure.
And kind of look to see if the missing people had anything in common, or if it's just like a bunch of random hikers that went missing.
Going through and finding the names, there's like a couple that you would find like were like actually a couple or friends, but like you get 2 here, 2 there, they don't connect to the other 2. It's just wrong time, wrong place.
Well, it at least seems that all of those who went missing don't really seem to be too connected. So whatever it is just kind of doing this at random.
So we're just gonna go into the woods and wander until it finds us.
You
Sure,
really
why
found a
not?
ska cover of American Idiot.
Oh yeah. I've been looking for a ska cover of Carry On My Wayward Son, and I can't find one.
I'm sure it's
I'm actually honored and upset that it doesn't exist. We may have to have an addition to our intro video one day.
I found the exact opposite. This
But yeah,
Guar covered it.
So, Alice, are you going back in to ask?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'll just go back in.
Yeah, no, they've already known you. They would actually write down coordinates for you. It's
Thank you. Very helpful.
yeah, it's you know, at the base of Swift Current Mountain, south of the Granite Park Chalet or Chalet. I don't know how to say that word.
Chalet.
I'm gonna say it's Chalet.
Chalet.
We're north enough to we're close to Canada. It's probably French.
It's probably French. My dear God.
But yeah, it is out there. And it is off any of the beaten trails.
We're going on an adventure.
Candy Mountain, Charlie.
All right.
They
Well,
probably-
let's get all
figure it
loaded
out.
up then.
They
This
probably
Sawyer's gonna
don't
start
get
loading his
Wi-Fi out
shotgun.
there.
What? What?
Don't get what?
What did she just ask?
They probably don't get Wi-Fi out there.
No,
Oh,
sweetheart.
you married? Well, I'd
welcome,
unless your wife
Raiders.
is out there, you may not see her. Congratulations, though.
We are playing Supernatural, the TTRPG, based on the hit CW show starring the Winchester brothers.
All of the Winchester brothers.
Not what I meant, but thank you.
Oh
Yeah.
a party of 7. Damn.
Here we go. What's up, Stealthy Alpha Productions? How you doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, my niece was telling me all about that new wedding stuff that's been happening. Congratulations. But unless you live out this way, you probably won't see her.
You know, you're probably right. I was more hoping to do a little bit more research, but I don't think my phone's going to get a signal out here.
Oh, to be frank, I don't really know too much about these phones. This was given to me as he kind of like holds it by the top camera area. It's kind of one of these motions.
Oh, okay.
Congrats, Alice. I think you have the brain cell.
I just look at her, shake my head, and start walking in, combat boots and all. Like, I'm not, no.
I can't even with these people.
So do we want to go into the park tonight then?
Yes,
I mean,
why
we can at
not?
least do investigations.
I say we go camping. It'll be fun. Maybe we'll
Okay.
find Wi-Fi.
I mean, Dutton will start the van back up and drive wherever he's told to drive the van.
And Sawyer will load up his shotgun and get his bat out of the bag.
I am suddenly grateful for this shag carpet and mattress van.
Yeah. I don't think anyone has camping gear, and we are going to Glacier National Park.
I brought a duffel bag. It has a sleeping bag in it. I'll be fine.
Okay.
I have a backpack.
Yeah, you can use it as a pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dutton will take the van wherever Alice tells him to drive the van.
I will get him to drive to the closest point where we won't, like, until we have to walk.
So you're there. Everything else kind of goes up into a trailhead to where you will be hiking.
How long of a hike?
It's good, like 4 hours.
Let's go. She takes out her bottle of tequila and starts walking.
Wait, I need another shot. And
I know.
Valerie will grab her backpack and go running behind her.
I have a couple friends a lot like Alice when it comes to hiking.
Put on his
So,
good boots,
right.
grab a
So
hoodie,
for
and wander
all
into the woods.
4 of you, I need endurance rolls.
I'm so good at endurance.
Some of you are good at it. Some of you may not be so good at it. I just want to see what kind of condition you're in when you get there.
14.
I got it. I got a 10.
Okay.
Thank you, Shadow Tabletop. These dice are rolling fantastic.
12.
I'm gonna be drunk by the time we get there, comparatively speaking.
12.
And Valerie.
12.
Oh, we have a bunch of physically fit people. Alice, you're the only one even remotely lagging, and it may or may not because you're inebriated a little bit by the time you get there.
It's fine.
Oh, wait, guys, hold up. Mountain's moving. All right, stop.
We'll put the earth on a spin cycle.
But you get to the base of Swift Current Mountain, to the coordinates that you're pretty sure they gave you. And you can kind of start your investigation there if you want. And if that's what you do choose, it's going to be an alertness and perception roll.
Alertness, perception. I am okay at those. Yeah, I think Sawyer will take a look around. For a lovely 5.
These are lovely trees.
No, it's been a while since I've been out in the woods. This is actually kind of nice.
I also got a 5.
I got a 9.
Dud and Sawyer just kind of squirrel watching.
Oh, look at that one. It's brown.
Anything with a 9?
Valerie, did you roll at all?
No. I'm sorry,
All
what
right,
was I rolling?
alertness and perception if you're starting your investigation as well.
Okie dokie. 6.
All right. So, Alex, with a 9, you would actually see torn bits of cloth, dry blood on the ground, and definite drag marks leading from a certain direction. That direction being northeast, towards the mountain itself.
I show everybody the trail and indicate that we should go.
Well done. Let's get moving.
Sounds good.
So, following the trail and the drag marks leads you to a cave. And inside this cave, do you guys stop and pause at the mouth of it, or do you just barrel right in? Because I have to ask based on which characters are present today.
Going on in.
I was like, Dutton's not stopping.
I knew
we
Dutton
got,
wasn't.
we got any kind of source of light?
Dutton pulls out his phone, turns on the
Yeah.
flashlight on his phone.
What the hell?
How did you do that?
I have fancy mobile phone on my gear list.
Hey, Alice, I dare you to go in first.
Starts walking.
How wide is
She
this
looks
place?
at her like, I'm
So-
sorry, what? Okay, bye.
You could probably walk 2 by 2 easily. If you go 3 wide, it starts to get a little cramped. And it goes about 10 to 12 feet high.
If it's all right, I'd also like to be in the front because I don't know if everyone else has weaponry.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause Sawyer's gonna fully brandish his pump action shotgun.
Valerie-
Dutton suddenly realizes he left his gun in the car.
Valerie's going to pull out a knife and tuck it backhanded. Like, we're ready to go.
I have
Alright.
2 knives attached to my thigh, and apparently I also have an assault rifle. So yeah, that's a thing.
Yep.
And I have this M16.
I cast gun.
Dutton
Pretty much
has a
what's going
gun.
on.
It's just in the van, 4 hours away.
Down by the river.
Do you need a gun? And
No. Dutton is more dangerous to you all if you give him a gun.
Yeah, no, please don't give Dutton a gun.
There
He's
are
not-
2 things this man is good at that I've seen. One is eating pancakes.
Yep, definitely.
The
is.
other is breaking doors.
Let's see. Dutton's brawling is a D12 dice. Dutton's ranged combat is a D2. So yes, he will be casting fist.
Yeah.
Very much barbarian monking his way through things.
I like it.
I'm definitely better with a baseball bat than a shotgun, but I'll take a shotgun to not get bit in the face by whatever this is.
It's fine. I wouldn't throw anything bad at you. Nothing ever happens bad in Supernatural.
No, it's all good. All good things.
Yeah. It's just Castiel and Dean, the love story, which I fulfilled in a Vampire the Masquerade game. You're welcome.
I love it.
When a Ventru falls in love with a caitiff, it's fine. But you make your way into this cave. You walk for about 15 minutes down into this thing before finally under your feet there's this sickening crunch sound. And as you cast the lights from your phone down, because they're not great, so you don't see this initially, but you point down and there's just a stone floor of this cave littered with bones.
Perhaps subtlety is the best in this situation, there, friends.
Are they like chicken bones?
No. They're even for Dutton looking at them, I would like to think he would be wise enough to be like, those aren't chicken bones. But I also come to terms that
Dutton has a D6 for his medicine. He knows some first aid because you got to put people back together after.
Those are not chicken bones. Somebody dumber might be like, them's damn big chicken bones, but
It's one of them turkey bones.
yeah, these are bigger than the turkey legs at the Ren Fair.
Could I make an alertness perception check to see if these bones are going in a particular trail?
Sure. And Alice, I need a alertness and perception from you as well.
That's an 11.
Okay.
Mm.
The bones don't seem to be going in the trail. It seems more of a consolidated spot.
Okay.
More synonymous with like, this is where something eats.
Okay.
11.
Oh, good. Do you remember Paris, the woman you met in Maine hunting the banshee?
Yeah.
You hear her voice. Alice, help.
Bitch, is that you?
Alice, it's me. It's Paris. Help.
What's my favorite drink?
The one that gets you drunk. Meg's quietly contemplating. I can't argue it, but is it right?
I'm very wary.
So, do the rest of us hear Alice just talking to someone? Do we hear the other voice?
No, you don't.
Do we just hear
You
Alice?
hear Alice
then?
talking to herself.
What?
Okay. So I turn over to Dutton and explain that I just heard Paris calling for help.
Why would Paris be here?
This is my question. Wait, do you by chance have her number? Do we have cell service?
There is no self-service currently.
Okay, I
And
wasn't
And
sure if
there's
it was just the
definitely
Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi.
No Whippies in this cave.
Right? No
I'm a-
Wi-Fi.
Is that one of them
That'd be a
anime
weak-
girls? One of those Wi-Fi's.
Smokey the Bear doesn't like Wi-Fi. Oh. Thank you,
Ooh.
Crow. I'm going to just tuck that in my pocket.
Oh no, what Crow?
Yes.
What did you do?
Accept your challenge,
Make my
bro.
monster grow.
Crow!
Why?
That
Crow was
also,
saving this.
that should be 10 times more expensive. I'm just saying.
No.
That is cheap.
No, because there's a worse one.
That does not
there
make
was
me
a
feel better.
bigger fish that for 5K.
Yes.
It's
That's the one I
fine.
used.
Yeah, Crow's been saving this since the Prosomancy used it last month on them.
I accept your challenge, Crow. Looking forward to it.
It's fine. We're just gonna increase these by a die score.
Perfect. 2 die scores.
Yay!
Love it. Love it.
One of them should be at least 2 die scores.
Not necessary, but I am going to double their life points.
Deal. It's gonna need it.
Sure. But yeah, no, Alice, you hear Paris calling out to you. The rest of you hear Alice talking to somebody, and then Alice and Dutton talking about who this Paris person is and why would they be here. But you don't hear anything.
It does seem that you're the only one that does hear this voice, my friend. Perhaps that's a sign that it's a bit of a misleading.
Well, I'm glad you worded it that way. And if you're about to say that I'm crazy, I am going to kick you in the bloody shin.
Sawyer, can you give me alertness and perception?
I absolutely can.
I
How does a
wasn't
7 fare?
You remember this voice from your time in Hollywood. Sawyer, help! Help! The young Percival that you met in Hollywood.
Oh, wait, Percy.
Hmm.
What are you doing here, boy?
I'm lost. I need your help.
All right. Do I need to make like a willpower check to not fall for this?
That was what the perception check was for.
Oh,
There's actually a set DC for it. And it's
well.
kind of high.
Yeah, I think with that, like Sawyer being Sawyer, he is going to kind of like haphazardly like start stepping away from the party, kind of shouting out to Percival.
Dutton's gonna just grab the back of Sawyer. Like, there's nothing talking to you.
Now hold on, Percival. He's just a little boy. He don't need to be out here
And
by himself.
He's not out here because none of us heard anything except for
Dutton,
you.
can you give me that perception roll?
Sure, I can
please?
fail this perception roll for you. What is this? Alertness perception?
Yes. The book has a set DC, which I fucking love.
Cool. Is the number higher than 8?
It's much higher than 8.
Cool. There's no way I can roll. I have a D6 and a
Okay.
D2. There's no way.
to know. You now hear Paris's voice calling to you. Dutton, help! This ass butt has me. which is a real quote from the episode that Paris was
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
It's in the intro. Go back and watch it.
Tutton. Well,
I can't do it to Valerie. She hasn't met anybody else yet.
You don't have any friends, Valerie.
Oh. That's okay. I have tequila.
It's fine.
real life quote
Now
from me.
she has met the three of you.
I wouldn't say friends.
There's a strange old man, a himbo, and a lady who hears voices.
All
probably
in a
the himbo
weird
and the
band.
strange old man are also hearing voices now.
Yeah, Valerie, you're the only one not hearing anything. As all these people seem to
It's like, wait a
reply to
second.
these voices that
Why am I here in Paris now?
Valerie's
And-
gonna reach for the bottle of tequila from Alice. You know, maybe you should ease up on this for right now.
I'm unstable.
Yes, but
No, I actually
Yeah,
have
no,
the
we
complication.
know you are. but we're
Ryan,
talking
shut
about
up.
Alice.
But what about Alice?
What does Alice's complication unstable mean?
It's a very good question. Where's the bloody book?
Well, I hope it's not bloody, but
It's supernatural. It probably is.
yeah. So that's on that page, so I don't lose it. Unstable. I'm way too far in the book. I need to scroll a lot.
I'm so sorry. I'll be right back.
Not a problem while we find this hang up.
Me have a hang up? What?
Where the hell? For those at home, this book
Page
is put
51.
together 51. Thank you.
Yeah. In the PDF, it's 51. So it's page 50.
Unstable. You're this side of the loony bin. You could be certified. Ah,
Yeah.
yep. So, yeah, this
I
seems
also
like
have
a
anger issues. Okay?
yep.
I also have
Yep.
anger issues. I basically made me.
I
So-
just made myself not be able to lie, and that something is hunting me. Eventually, we'll find that, and it'll be scary.
First, take a story point for using your hang up or your flaw, however they're worded. So that should bring you to 7.
Okay.
And then, secondly, you hear another voice. Let's see, who was it in Maine with the? It was just the two of you.
I think it was just the three of
Yeah,
us.
just
at
the
that
three
one.
of you in Maine. So Alice hasn't met anybody else, but you hear another female voice begin to argue with Paris. Basically going back and forth, like Paris calling for help, and the other feminine voice, which I think Dutton would recognize if could he hear it, but this one's actually in Alice's head. Telling Paris that she'll be fine. Just it's fine. I got you. I'll help you. It's okay.
Well, this is awkward.
But now, Dutton, you realize that you are hearing the same voice as Alice when it comes to Paris.
Cool.
Alice, you're hearing two voices argue one another, and Dutton's only getting half of it.
Now I don't know whether it's coming from whatever the hell's in this cave and whether it's coming from my goddamn head.
Oh, I will tell you, it's not coming from inside the cave. It's coming from the woods outside.
Ooh.
Oh, so something's calling us back out of the cave.
Yes.
And I feel like that means we should go deeper in the cave.
I feel like neither option is quite the good choice at this present moment.
But see, if something's hunting us and it wants us to go to a location, then going to a different location might be better.
But he
I'm
wants us
not-
to go deeper in the cave and outside the cave.
But as far as Dutton and Alice can tell, that is Paris. And Sawyer, you hear Percival.
But but I would hear Percival out in the woods.
Yep. Calling for help.
But listen,
And I hear Paris where?
Out in the woods, calling for help.
okay. So then, to backtrack a little bit, listen, Percival is also a hunter like us, and if he's out here by himself, then he's in danger.
No one is calling. I don't hear anything.
You might have, I don't know if you have some of them headphones for your ears in there or something, but clearly Percival's yelling out to me.
There's no one here. There's no one calling. We're the only ones here. I don't know who you guys are talking to.
Well, can I or can Valerie make a check for me to
What
be like,
check would you like to make?
to basically be like, hey, that's not real, to help like him not just panic, go out into the woods right now?
To see if it is actually Percy or not is an alertness and perception requiring a heroic DC. And that would be a 19.
Oh.
Yeah.
So something tells me
What the hell are you throwing at us, Ryan?
Don't worry about it. It's in the book.
It's perfectly balanced.
Yeah, it's perfectly balanced, minus the increase to some of those stats thanks to Crow.
Damn it, Crow.
It's fine.
Make my monster grow.
Yeah, I think with that, honestly, Sawyer might just push past and start going towards the woods. Percy's his little buddy.
He's just a little guy.
Ah, shit.
So Sawyer
Yeah.
pushing past, going out into the woods.
Yeah, shotgun ready. And he's just going to be screaming, Percy! Percy!
Do you follow the voice? Does anybody follow Sawyer, or is the rest of the team on like the nah, fuck that?
Gun in hand, I'm going out following Sawyer in the same direction as Paris.
Valerie is desperately trying to corral them because she has no idea what's going on. She can't hear shit, and she doesn't want to be all the fuck alone in that cave. Fuck that.
It's because you spend too much time on MySpace.
Oh, my arthritis.
My arthritis.
Oh. We did Tom dirty. I'm just saying.
You really did.
Should have stayed. Fucking
So
fucking
she is chasing after them, trying to like talk some sense into them and trying to get that bottle of tequila.
So as at least the three of them lead out, hearing whatever voice of the person they know, eventually you get a few hundred meters away from the cave, and you have to stop because 1 minute the voice is here in front of you, off to like your 10 o'clock. Then it's suddenly behind you, and it causing you to whip around. And then it's over here. And then it's off to the right. And it seems to just bounce.
Jeez. Sawyer is going to be very confused.
This thing's stupid fast.
I am going to roll a D4.
Uh-huh.
And whatever direction I roll is the one he's going to blindly charge into. So we'll go north, east, south, west.
Okay.
That is a 2 for east.
Oh, east. I thought you said
Said
west.
Yeah, so shotgun brandish. Sawyer's going to storm off to the eastern direction. Percy,
Okay.
get away from it!
So as you do that, I need you to roll agility.
I'm the most agile old man that ever existed. Just a plain agility?
Yep. As you are attacked.
That's a natural 1.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so that is a strength roll. So that is this one plus this one because it's increased. And I can't increase. And then
Baby Blue gave me a reroll.
oh, nice. Go ahead and use that.
Reroll that into a 7.
Okay. Well, that's not going to be enough. And that is a D4.
Oh, this sounds bad.
You take 3 points of wound damage
Nice.
as something speeds past and just slashes your arm.
Can I attempt to shoot?
Sure.
Whatever it was?
Yes.
Perfect. That'd be guns and...
that would be, as I look at the sheet, because I keep this in front of me, that would be agility and ranged weapon. Specialty with the firearm if you have it.
Okay.
Oof.
That's a 10.
So you try to whip towards where you think it was and pull the trigger, and just the shotgun blasts into a tree, and you see leaves shake off to the one side, and you don't hear any kind of scream or grunt or cry to signify that you hit it.
Oh, sorry. I have an undercover vest with a rating of 2 wounds. Would that reduce that?
Yes. So it would reduce 2 of them.
Okay, so I take 1 wound. Beautiful. Get out of here, you little bastard.
But something
on,
definitely slashed you. And it was fast.
Yeah, Sawyer is kind of in a corner right now. So I think I'm going to keep the shotgun brandish and just try to catch this thing on the next pass.
And at that point, since you're all there, I need everybody to give me their initiative. For those of you here, go ahead and put the total in the private chat so that I can track that.
Deal.
Let's see. Initiative. Oh no, I need more dice. This thing is. Oh no.
That's never good.
That's always
Stop.
the best thing for the DM to say. I need more dice.
That's not.
I won't tell you what it rolls, but it rolls 3 dice for initiative.
Nice.
Why?
I imagine I'm going to say a
Hurt
D10,
you.
a D8, and a D4.
Holy hell. Okay. Okay. A 10, an 11.
It got a 47.
No, but not too far from it.
Not too far from it. Not quite, but almost.
Yay.
Okay.
Decently far from 47. That's a 22-point difference.
Yeah, but it's more than halfway there. Like That is
And we're living
yeah.
on a prayer.
God damn it. I got Bon Jovi.
I think he's
Got him.
going first, guys.
Yes.
I
and
think
will-
Ryan's about to get payback from when I killed his vampire.
I didn't do this. Crow did this. I had to increase at least one of the die from the 3. So it's rolling a lot. All right, but it will, since there are 3 of you, I'll play this fair with a D6. With a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Sawyer.
Nice.
Oh, Dutton, welcome back. I need your initiative, please. As Sawyer tried to shoot whatever this is and missed, but did get slashed by something, but it was moving so fast that he could not get his eyes on it.
Does initiative count as an action involving endurance, physical training, or fitness?
Um,
Mostly, can I add my natural athlete to it?
yeah.
Cool.
Can
So
I add
that
my
is
criminal background to mine?
13.
13. Okay. So 13 for Dutton. Can you put that in the private chat so I can track that? Yeah, I'm not trying to kill anybody.
Bring it.
Listen, I wrote this, but I just picked a monster at the end of last month's session. And I've just been holding on to it till today. And then Crow used make my monster grow to increase the stats of said monster.
And then the end question of this episode is going to be, when did they go?
Yeah.
Get it? Because it's a Wendigo, guys.
What? All right. So that is going to be a strength plus claw attack. There it is.
Sawyer's pretty beefy. I can resist some damage.
Yeah. So you can either try to take this brunt with your endurance, or try to get out of the way with your agility and athletics.
My endurance is significantly higher.
Okay. So try to brunt this off.
Yeah.
So that is a 9.
I got a 14.
Damn. So something swipes at you, but you just shoulder check whatever it was.
Oh, come on now. This is what I'm built for.
Which then Dutton. Something just tried to attack Sawyer, but it is fast. You saw a blur.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing, like if it's moved away and I can't fight it, I'm gonna just try and scare it away.
Okay. You're gonna try to intimidate it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a specialty in melee weapons for intimidation.
Sure, let's go that.
And I have formidable presence when I'm trying to be intimidating it to add some dice. So
Okay. I'm gonna say that's the willpower plus your what was it? The melee weapon?
yeah, so D6 plus D8 plus a D4.
This thing will roll to resist it.
Do I think this is a good plan? No, I don't. But my other option is punch it, and it ran away. So
that's upgrading to this.
well, that's a 10. So probably not.
You never know. Because
if nothing else, I make myself look scary, and I might be a target.
Yeah. Yeah, you You hear something bolt to one side, and you see bushes kind of shake in a single direction, as if something ran in a straight line away.
Okay, we should get out of here.
If that thing's got Percy, I got to get him out. He's just a little guy. Can't be out here in the woods like that.
Why would he be in the woods out here?
Well, he's a hunter like you. He's a hunter like me.
Yeah, but we didn't see any cars down there.
Yeah, I don't know if you were here when the voice was bouncing around, and Sawyer basically picked the direction to charge at it.
Ah,
And it was a mix of, it would be Percy in one direction, and then suddenly it's Paris over here, and then Percy, and then Paris. And at that point, Valerie could hear them too.
Oh.
Doesn't recognize them, but hears them.
Joy. Okay. I'm hearing voices now. If there are other hunters here, don't you think we would have seen them?
Well, we didn't drive up here. We
Alice.
walked up here.
Alice looks over at Valerie, going, "Who's unstable now?"
I think I just need more tequila. And she'll grab the bottle.
Because that's going to help you.
Better than shooting randomly in the woods.
Hey,
I believe that's the tequila is exactly how you end up shooting randomly in the woods. But that's neither
true.
here nor there.
That's how I left. That's how I
no,
lost my left toe.
we should be neither here nor there. And he points back towards the cave. We should go.
Are you scared, Dutton?
Yeah, thing's fast as hell.
Maybe I just want some cuddles.
Try to cut Sawyer in half.
It failed.
I'm now concerned about what kind of smut books Alice reads.
Exclusively the Shrek ones. We can't go too far. If Percy is out here, we got to make sure he's all right. But maybe we can set up a trap. Or not.
We can try.
Listen, if we know it's going to charge at someone, we can at least use someone as bait. It doesn't seem to like me.
Why do you think I brought the goth girl here? Sorry, Valerie.
Excuse you.
I mean, that would trap me, but
Like it's nothing personal, really.
Ask my wife.
I just don't know you, so I don't care. My wife.
When it
Yeah.
ran off, did it run like towards the cave or away from it?
it would have ran in the direction the cave is.
It's in the cave. We got it cornered.
It's got to be getting somewhat dark, right? I would imagine so.
It's about 3-4 in the afternoon. It is. The sun has begun to set. It's probably at the top of the tree line.
And you said it's like a 4-hour hike back to the vehicles, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so we either walk in the open in the dark, or we go and fight it in a cave in the dark.
I don't like either of these plans, but in the cave, at least it probably can't run away from us as much.
Exactly.
Yeah, neither can we.
I don't think we're running away from it that much anyway. It's very
I mean, fair.
fast.
It's fine. If I learned anything from Lieutenant Aldo Rain, just don't fight in a basement.
What is a cave if not the basement of the earth?
That's fair.
But yeah, at least we could we got a hunter's hunch.
Ooh, hunter's hunch. So
I
that
think Valerie's the only one who's like thinking clearly right now, so maybe it's her.
Mama,
Hunter's
see,
Hunt.
yay! Somebody loves me. Thank you, Miss Mina.
that will whoever rolls next will for Mama C. So your next roll you get to increase one of your dice by a whole die value.
Ooh.
Yeah. Basically, is like
Thanks,
the
Mama Nina.
supernatural version of like inspiration.
Nice.
So, to the vehicles or to the cave?
I think the cave.
We're going in the cave.
I don't like that that's the answer, but I think that's a better answer than us hiking 4 hours through the woods while this thing hunts us.
This started in the cave. Let's end it in the cave.
When both options are horrible, which bad answer do we like better?
Trying to
Okay.
think.
So you begin your trek back to the cave. Quick 10, 15-minute walk. Seemed a lot quicker, but then again, you were kind of sprinting after your friends or something that sounded like your friends.
Sawyer is going to offer up his shotgun to someone in the group and place his hand on his baseball bat. So if someone else would like to carry a pump action shotgun.
No, thank you. I feel a little more comfortable with my hands.
That's what she said.
It is what she said. She said that. She's right there.
This is why we don't invite me at parties, guys.
Yeah, I think Sawyer being in the cave will take out the baseball bat to not deafen everybody inside of a cave shooting a shotgun.
You know what? That's fair. So as you all approach the mouth of the cave, Sawyer at least switching to his baseball bat.
I'm a lot better with a bat than a gun. Just you wait.
Step in. And that's where we'll take our break. We're going to let these guys get some water, use the facilities, unshrimp their spines. We're going to run a little bit of a video while we're away. But before we do, remember, we are aiming at 100 followers here on the Dark Domain channel. Once we reach that, we will be doing a giveaway from Silver Studios, which I will once again drop into the chat. Other than that, if you like what you see here and you want to see more of it, go check out our YouTube channel of the same name. And also, shout out to Cyberscream, a new metal band from Florida that is allowed to let us use their music on an upcoming campaign set to launch in September, which I'll have to ping those players about soon because their deadline's coming up. But we'll be back in
I
a
have
few.
a deadline?
You did it like day one. Shut up.
Do it.
I have everything from you already.
Follow
I
that.
got more, actually.
Oh God. Oh, awesome. More trauma. But we will be right back in a little bit. Stay tuned. Oh, we're also doing a fundraiser for the Queer Youth Resource Center of Southwest Washington. We're trying to raise $500 for them. You can see the button here on the channel. We don't get any of that money. Twitch does not get any of that money. It goes all to the Resource Center. We're currently at 60 out of $500. So if you can, please do, especially in the times we live in. But with that said, we will be right back.
Do it.
It would help if my mic was turned on. I'm
I
muting
didn't
myself.
mute you this time.
I was gonna say,
It
Meg
wasn't
didn't
me.
even do it. I did it to
It
myself.
wasn't even me. Wasn't
Fine.
me.
Fine. This time. Yes. So as our faithful hunters have wandered back to the cave after whatever it is out here attacked Sawyer and moved rather quickly,
Tried.
they tracked it back to the cave to prefer an ambush there rather than trying to trek the 4 hours in the dark back to their vehicle, the bright red ska van, the shaggin' wagon. So as Sawyer has switched to his baseball bat, you all kind of step in. the light from the fading sun growing ever dimmer, the shadows of the cave kind of condensing in, almost giving it that claustrophobic feel.
Sawyer is going to move forward, kind of stepping towards the edge of whoever's shining light. All right, now we know you're in here. Come on out. We can make this real simple.
Let's see. You hear an ungodly screech that reverberates off the walls of this cave.
Can I attempt to do an old man yell back at it?
Tell him to get off your
Sure.
lawn.
Deal. Intimidate and what?
So intimidate is under which skill?
It's under influence.
Influence. Willpower and influence.
Willpower and influence. Oh, I have a specialty in intimidate.
Yes.
Okay.
I've had to find it.
That's a total 14.
Okay. Let's see if
Did
this thing is intimidated.
It screeches at him and he just goes, "Arr!"
What is it? What is that from?
I don't know. He's just an old man yelling back.
There's some monster movie where the hero gets like roared at and just screams back.
The Mummy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. It is
Fraser.
Brendan Fraser in The Mummy.
Yep. So this was a lot more old man yells at clouds. The clouds just happen to be trying to kill us.
And you got a 14, right?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So you hear something shuffle backwards in the darkness.
All right. Now that you learned your place.
But it's still beyond eyesight.
That's about all I can think to do, guys.
We just gotta keep moving forward, I guess. We're gotta take this thing out, right? Like,
yeah, we're gonna capture it.
As you move forward, you hear something move, and I need initiative from everybody. This thing's ridiculous initiative.
Again? Another one?
Yeah. And its initiative is beefed up. Thanks, Crow.
Yeah. You got that.
And okay. Yep, put those in the chat for me. Okay, and then here you go. This is what it got.
Nice.
Jeez.
It's not as good as last time, but all right. Now that we have 4 people, as it charges for what I believe is the biggest one of the group, Dutton, you have the option of trying to agility your way away from this attack or brunt forcing with your endurance.
so that's like athletics to like dodge it, or
Yeah, agility and athletics, or just roll your endurance. However you want to.
That's the same. So we'll try go with athletics. Just try and soak it some.
Okay.
6, 8. That is 10.
All right, so you do get hit for 4 wound points.
Okay.
You do not have any armor to negate any of that, do you?
No.
All right. So
4
mark that
wounds.
down.
That's okay. I have 16 of these things.
That's fine. That's fine. And
Wow.
then after that happens, it will be Alice's turn as something comes hauling ass, and you finally get a glimpse of this thing as it strikes Dutton. And this thing stands about 6.5 feet tall. And it's thin, wiry, with this thin parchment colored skin and these angry yellow eyes.
Do I know what it is?
You can give me either an intelligence and knowledge or intelligence and lore.
I mean, with the jaundice, you kind of just described Sawyer. 6.5 foot tall, wiry, disheveled, yellow eyes.
Maybe he's just a Sith.
Darth to go.
12.
Okay. So passing at least the hard difficulty, this thing fits the description of, and I hate saying this out loud because I'm superstitious, but the Wendigo. And not the European version, which is way cooler aesthetically speaking, but the American one where it's based on hunger and thin and wiry. And you get a look as it kind of like screeches as it attacks, as it opens up and it just has this maw of those like thin pointed teeth, and there's like 2 or 3 rows of them, like rows and rows of sharp pointed snake fangs.
All right, so it's coming at me.
No, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
It just
Okay.
attacked Dutton.
I'm gonna shoot it.
All right, shoot away.
Shoot her.
Agility is, so it's going to try to get out of the way.
What am I rolling to shoot it?
That will be your agility and your ranged weapons, and I don't think you have a
Yes, I
specialty
do.
in shotguns.
No, I have an assault rifle though.
I thought. So who has Sawyer's shotgun?
Not me.
I don't think
Oh,
anybody
alright.
took it, so Sawyer just put it
Okay.
away and pulled out his baseball bat.
Okay. So where's that? Okay. It's
11.
Your assault rifle rounds strike against the stone wall of the cave.
Guys, we're gonna die.
What?
We
The
are
ringing,
going
like,
to die.
Just tinnitus for everybody. Dutton.
Cool. I'd like to try something. This thing is still up close with me and is vaguely humanoid shaped, correct?
It looks like it could have once been human.
Cool. Then under Brawler,
Sick.
it says I can make called shots to vital areas to turn
Okay.
my brawling into wounds.
Okay.
So I looked up how called shots work.
Yeah,
And
it
depending on
adds.
it's how much difficulty it adds is dependent on how big of the target I am. So is the vital area the full target? A moderate target? Small or minuscule?
It is. It has one vulnerable point according to the book,
Okay.
and it is small.
Okay, so that is increases the action by 8. I don't think we'll do that. I think we'll just try and punch this thing.
Okay.
That seems better. So I need a D10 and a D12 and a D6.
I'm gonna say it can't dodge because it already took that reaction.
And I'm going to spend 2 story points and add a
Okay.
D4 as well.
Okay.
I would like to punch this man.
I would like to punch.
So this is a Wendy's.
Listen, Wendy's is right there below Waffle House for throwing hands. So
I mean, honestly.
25.
yeah, okay. What is your damage on that?
My damage is D6 basic, so it's not wounds, but it's not
Yep.
stun.
So it gets split between the two.
Yeah.
So that's a D6.
How does that work? Is that just like stun is all stun, basic is half and half, and then wound is all wound? Is that how that
Correct.
works? Okay.
Basic damage gets split down the middle. Half goes to the stun column, half goes to the wound column.
Okay. Okay. Yep. So I get to roll a d6 for the damage then?
Yep.
Man, maybe we should have done that. That wounds, because that adds additional stuff. So that's 2. So 1 and 1, I guess.
2, 1 and 1. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be going for the.
Yeah, it's a hard as hell target for that called shot, but
Yeah, but it's 1 extra damage for every 4 points I top the difficulty, and all damage is wound.
yeah,
And if it causes damage, they start to bleed.
right.
We'll remember that for next time.
All right, which then brings us up to Valerie.
You're muted.
You're muted, my dear.
Haha. Well, this is kind of terrifying. Is its back or front to me?
I would say it's back.
Then I'm going to take that knife in my hand and kind of just like jump on its back, trying to land the dagger into like its shoulder area.
Okay. That will be your strength plus your melee weapon.
Melee.
Melee
weapons, ooh woo.
Please, ooh woo.
You got to get the windy go.
Windy woe. And do you have a specialty in your melee weapon?
I do.
For knives?
Yes.
So you will use that specialty die instead of your melee weapon die.
Okie dokie. 12.
That is going to hit it. So you should have your damage die on the knife block.
Yes.
I think it does a D2
2.
wounds.
Yes. 2.
Okay. Got it. And then finally, Sawyer.
Just digging his fingers into his ear from the rifle going off. He's going to see this thing slowly kind of getting surrounded, and he's going to pull out his handcuffs. He's going to attach one side to his arm and then wants to attach the other one to the creature so it can't run away.
Okay. I'm going to call that an agility and athletics or covert.
Let's go with athletics because both are a D2 and he feels like he's more athletic than he is covert.
Okay. Melee damage so scary. Big bonk.
I got a 9.
Yeah. So you will handcuff yourself to the Wendigo.
Got him right where I want him.
I'm not sure you would. Okay.
To specify though, it says restraints, handcuffs, weak restraints against average strength checks. So
Okay,
if this
so
thing is
he
strong,
is
they might just rip it off.
going to try to break it.
But it's a turn; it doesn't get to attack.
Well, the way it's going to try to break it is interesting. So this happened in my D&D game yesterday too. You ever been beat with another motherfucker?
Yes.
As it basically tries to wing Sawyer with a strength check. With a 12.
Hold firm, Sawyer.
Would that be a resistance check?
So that's a hard difficulty for give me an agility and athletics for you, but the cuffs do break.
Okay. I can't beat that with agility and athletics.
Okay. We will give you the margin.
You can spend story points to add extra dice.
Yeah, you do have story.
I can. I have 6 story points.
And remember, the plot points are spent. If you spend 1, you get a D2. Spend 2, get a D4.
Okay. How much would I have to spend to not break the handcuffs?
Well, the handcuffs are gonna break, but this is more. Does Sawyer end up like slammed up against a wall?
I'll spend 2 then.
Alright.
So I can give
Add
myself
D4 to your roll.
Give myself a D4 to this as well.
Note that you are down to 4 story points.
So that's a 2, a 3, and a 7. So that's a
2,
10.
3, and a 7
12.
for 10. So you will only take 2 stun points.
Does my vest take away from that or just wounds?
Yeah. No, we'll say it takes away from your stun.
Okay, then I don't take any stun
You
damage.
slammed against the wall, kind of knocked the wind out of you, but like able to roll back up.
As smart as it looks.
Yeah, Techo, if you want to look in the Supernatural channel, there's a picture.
Yeah, Techo just made your monster bigger too.
Oh, did he?
Nice.
Oh no!
No!
Oh no!
Echo!
Wants us
I
all to
love
die.
it.
All right, so we're
I
gonna
love
upgrade
it.
it by a die value again.
I know how I get no points here. But nothing.
But yeah, Alice, it's your turn.
I'm not sure. Are you still attached?
No, the handcuffs snapped.
He threw me up against a wall and not in a hot way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ripping off a piece of my shirt, stuffing it into my tequila bottle, lighting it on fire, and throwing it at him.
Okay. That's a Molotov. There's got to be a stat for that.
I don't know if there is.
Well, there's got to be. It's got to be in the weapons section. It's fine. Ranged weapons. Mace, pepper spray.
The only reference to Molotov in the whole thing is under setting it on fire.
Do you have a page number for that?
It literally is that it's under the weaknesses of vampires is how you set them on fire. Is a well-placed Molotov might do it. The word Molotov doesn't appear anywhere else in the book.
Thanks, Supernatural. Thanks. Like, give me an agility and ranged weapon.
To quote Joe Swanson in every police chase, "Bring it on!"
Bartles.
10?
You think with oh, here we go, explosives. All right, cool.
Explosives.
Cool.
There we go.
It's fine. I'm gonna homebrew it. It's fine. Go ahead and give me 2d6.
$11.
Okay. Holy shit. This thing is lit on fire.
Nice.
6, 7, 8,
I
9,
like fire.
10, 11. Okay. It's on fire. And screeching in horrible pain.
Alice lit it on fire.
Oh, Teka, you want to make it grow again? I think they said that you won't do it.
Do it. Eat it up.
Or
Soy's
the
gonna
bigger
eat you
fish.
up.
Tekko's over here saying he can do that 4 more times.
Yeah,
Tekko, don't
I'm
you
gonna eat it up.
dare.
It's already on fire. What's it gonna do? Grow wings?
3 more show up.
I
This
ain't
one is a
scared.
pack hunter. What?
Don't listen
I
to him.
leave.
We're not scared.
Too bad
We're
they're solitary
runners.
animals. It's not like
If
you have
anyone else
somebody.
wants to beg
It's not like
Tekko,
Tekko could use the. There's a bigger fish reward.
Yeah. Beg him. Beg him not to. I ain't scared. Sawyer can take it.
Yeah. So that was Alice Dutton.
Sawyer
Thing
lived
is
through 2
burning in
depressions
between.
and COVID.
This man is on fire, and I'd like to punch him more.
Punch him more.
So
Please do.
This time we're going for the called shot to the vitals.
Okay.
Going to add some difficulty to this.
Yep.
But we're going to spend our other 4 story points.
Okay.
Add another D8. So that is a
Add
D6,
that
a D8, a D10, and a D12.
Okay. Okay.
And he's on fire, so maybe he takes some negatives to his defense because he's on fire.
Fair. Let's roll his agility just to be sure. So that's a D12 and that. And that one goes up by 2, so that's this. As he tries to get out of the way. And what did you roll?
24.
That's almost 25.
I need you to know that you beat him by 1.
So the vital shot does no extra damage.
Oh no.
Okay.
It's because it's for every 4 over the difficulty build, you get an extra damage. This is all wounds.
Uh-huh.
And if I do damage, he will also be bleeding. So okay, so it's 4 wound damage.
4
and he's
wound damage.
bleeding, which means he takes a D2 basic every round. That he is doing something active.
Okay.
Which, I mean, fighting and being on fire will probably be fairly active, I would imagine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Dutton is just boxing a Wendigo who's on fire.
I love it.
I didn't know they had fist fights at Burning Man.
I would get that tattooed on my leg. Just a guy throwing hands with a burning Wendigo? Absolutely.
You should absolutely do bigger fish, Tekko. I support this decision.
Do it.
This thing has already been beefed up twice.
Gonna make sashimi out of them.
It has so many hit points right now.
Basically sushi.
Valerie, as you've seen this emaciated thing come out that has been punched, it has been handcuffed, it has been lit on fire, it's been punched again. And you're muted again.
Well, it was also stabbed, and I'm pretty sure I'm still hanging on to its back.
Yeah.
Am I on fire?
I'll give you the chance to make an agility roll to avoid being on fire.
Yay!
So agility and athletics.
Okie dokie.
No.
Wait, did I light Valerie on fire too?
She was on the thing's back, and you threw a Molotov at Dutton, the Wendigo, and Valerie.
I kind of forgot you guys were like, there. Oops.
Haha.
Decided to get
17.
a fist fight with a werewolf.
So yeah, you're able to see the Molotov coming in an oh shit moment. Just tuck and roll, Grandma. And avoid being lit on fire with the Wendigo.
Woot. So am I on the side of the Wendigo then?
Yes.
Okay. Then she's basically We're gonna square up to it and we're gonna sweep the knee.
All right. That is strength and unarmed combat.
And I do have a specialty in martial arts.
All right. So yeah, upgrade your unarmed combat die to your martial art die.
Nine.
He will basically no, he can't because he already dodged. So yeah, do your basic damage.
What is basic damage?
So Dutton, you might know this.
3d30s.
No.
If it is, do you have the brawler asset?
No, I don't think she does.
Okay, then it starts as a D0.
Oh, but I do have the shirt. Oh, wait, no.
The shirt?
No. So D0? What?
Yeah, we're making a D2 stun.
Yeah.
Okay. 2.
Okay. As you punch it, and its skin is thin and stretched, but it feels like you're punching stone.
No, I swept the leg.
Oh, yes. So you kick its leg, and it connects and kind of stumbles, but it doesn't quite go down. And that brings us to Sawyer.
Sawyer's gonna stand up from being thrown against the wall. Just a series of cracked vertebrae, just as he stands up straight.
That's me every morning.
Same. And he's gonna charge in with his trusty knee breaker, and I'm gonna swing a baseball bat at this Wendigo.
Woo! All right. Your strength in melee.
Strength and melee.
Or Mayway.
I have a specialty in bats.
Swing a
so
baseball bat,
roll
please.
Get to roll a special D10 in bats. That's a 19. And
That's gonna hit.
Since I'm heavy-handed, or sorry, I have a mean left hook. I have a +2 to damage with unarmed and melee attacks.
Okay.
So with my specialty in baseball bat, I do a D6 stun and a D2 wounds.
Okay.
So I don't know where the +2 damage comes from the mean hook, so I don't know if it goes to wounds or
so
stun.
Roll your D6 for the stun.
I got a D6 for the wounds, or sorry, a 3 for the stun and a 1 for the wounds.
1 for the wounds. Okay. And it's going to still be on fire. So, yeah. Do that. And
bleeding.
And bleeding, which is what, a D2?
D2 basic.
The 1 basic damage.
Woohoo.
And it is going to swipe at somebody who's the lucky winner.
I mean, I'm in its face punching it.
That's fair. So yeah, Dutton, as it swipes at you with its strength plus its double upgraded strength. And that, oh shit.
It actually shits your pants.
Yeah, well, yeah, you see, it's rolling 3 dice and 2 of them are D12s.
Nice. That's almost 3 D12s.
It's not far away from it. So that is a 17.
Cool. And I'm using my endurance to try and gate some of this.
Okay.
I think because
Is there anything like other players can do to help on these rolls?
I think there's certain traits that you can take to jump in the way.
Okay.
But I don't know if any of you have that trait.
I don't. But I'll look into it.
That's 3. So
Yeah. So as it swipes you with these long taloned fingers, taking 4 wound points.
we're up to 8 of those. I'd like to
Yeah.
not. It means we're halfway there.
I would like to not. But good news. It's Alice's turn.
There's me. I'm actually, it's still on fire, right?
Yes.
So I am going to take one of my silver daggers and try throwing it at the chest.
Okay. Just at the chest, or are you making a called shot for like
Called
the
shot
heart
for
or
the
something?
heart.
Okay. So that's going to be a plus 12. So
Okay.
you're looking for a DC 19.
Oh God. Okay. No. 6.
Yeah. That one, as it's just flailing and
Okay, do I
screeching and
stab
taking the
myself at
swipe-
that point?
No, because you threw it. You just missed it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been beefed up twice thanks to the audience.
Yeah, this isn't my fault. I'm telling you, you're trying to get payback for me
Oh
killing
no,
you.
that DC is just standard book. Called shot for something that small adds 12 to the difficulty.
Nice.
All right. Big man Dutton.
Well, we're gonna
more
keep
wounds?
punching. Because I don't got a whole
Anyway.
lot of other options. I am out of story points to add to this, so we're down to just 3 dice that we're rolling.
Oh, Tekka wants to buff it again, huh?
Do it.
I don't think he will. You guys are fine.
He's scared.
So it's 14 to try and just keep wailing on this thing.
All right, go ahead and roll your damage. Because it only gets 1 reaction, so it's not gonna take it for
Max
that.
damage, so 3 and 3.
3 and 3?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, he's saving up for the bigger batter. Yeah.
Eat it up.
So you hit it. Valerie. And you're muted. So make sure you're on mute.
All right. So it's still on fire.
Still on fire. That's an actual thing that I have to keep track of.
It's the hottest Wendigo you've ever seen.
And kicking it didn't do shit.
No, it felt like kicking a brick wall.
I'm gonna go back to stabby and trying to slice its hamstrings.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your melee attack. And I think it will actually try to get out of the way of this. So agility plus beefed up agility plus beefed up athletics. Okay.
So I'm 14.
You beat it by 1.
Nice.
Really?
Yes. It got a 13.
Nice.
I just dropped a die. So
And the knife is a D2?
Yep, D2.
1.
Okay, not a lot of damage. But it doesn't seem to really like you slash it and it screams, but it doesn't collapse like a normal human would.
Okie dokie.
Sawyer.
As it screams and collapses, can I make an attack roll with my bat, but not to hit it, but to kind of grapple it to make it more open to other people's attacks?
So you want to grapple, like putting your baseball bat under its like neck, kind of grapple.
Yeah, essentially, like I want to like almost full Nelson it with a baseball bat.
Okay.
It's actually my band's
Yeah.
name in high school. Gesundheit.
Oh, that's all day. My allergies are wreaking havoc on me. Yeah. Strength and melee weapon.
All right. Do I get to continue using my baseball bat die?
Yes.
Sweet. That's a 7.
Okay. I'm just gonna use.
It did attempt to dodge already.
Yeah.
Can it
I'm
dodge
just trying
twice?
to decide if I think that's an average difficulty or a hard one.
How about this? I'll spend an extra 2 dice to add a little more to it just in case.
Okay.
I'll add 3 more on top of that to make it a 10.
All right. We can do that.
Yeah. I have 2 points left.
Yay. Which then brings it up because it is still on fire.
That's fine. Sawyer can burn a little bit. He lived through the Depression.
That's fine. So both it and Sawyer will take 2 points of wound damage from the fire.
My vest doesn't let me take 2 wound damage.
Fair.
Actually, I don't feel like a vest would help against being on fire.
Yeah, that's.
So I'm gonna give myself 2 wound damage.
And where did I put it? Sheet. There it is. It's going to try to shake you off. Strength upgraded. Unarmed combat upgraded. Okay.
I don't let it.
You can make a strength and unarmed combat to try to hold on.
Would it still be my bat since I'm using my baseball bat?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna burn the last 2 of my plot points to roll the D4 with this.
That is the wrong die. I rolled a D20 instead of a D12. Over here trying to cheat. Oh shit.
Ooh, I got a 22.
You missed by 1.
Damn it. All right, there goes.
I got a 24.
Damn. All right, there goes all my plot points.
And you are tossed off of this thing.
I'm trying real hard.
Trying real hard, guys. Alice, you see Sawyer jump on this thing and pull his bat up under its neck. Just have it like reach back and throw him over its head.
Okay, I'm gonna try it one more time with my other dagger.
Okay.
I'm gonna use
DC
plot points this
19.
time.
Okay. How many are you spending? Because you have 7, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
How many are you spending?
I'm gonna go 6. Go big or go home.
So add a D12 to your roll. You have silver daggers. While we
14
wait,
plus
because
3, 17, 18, 19, 20.
so as you throw this dagger, it has thrown Sawyer And just as it turns from doing that, it's a dagger end over end, pierces into its chest, and you can see fire erupt from that point, spreading across its chest. And it's not the fire from the Molotov cocktail. It's literally burning from the inside out as it kind of shrivels into this charcoaly ash and crumbles. Fun fact, Wendigos from Supernatural are deathly not immune. What's the opposite of that?
Allergic.
Vulnerable to silver.
Nice.
And one of the lores is on this page is that if hit in the heart with a silver or iron weapon, it immediately dies.
Told you, Crow. Too strong.
I don't even know where it is in that book. That book is confusing as shit.
It's in the back where all the monsters are.
Are you there then?
Ha! You're a monster. Monster. As Poseidon would say.
Right? But as this thing crumbles and dies, you're left beaten, some of you bloodied, but alive.
Yep, we're pretty pretty beat up.
Sawyer's going to scoop up the ashes and mail them back to the cowboy mafia.
To the cowboy mafia.
I told you one last time. You've used your last haw.
Look, I had to pick a nondescript mafia, so I don't offend anybody. So cowboy mafia it is.
Yeah. Yeah. But you are able to trudge your way out of the woods. Get into the ska van. Drive back to the hamlet that is St. Mary. And you are able to go your separate ways.
First drinks on me. Come on, everybody.
There's nothing open in this tiny town.
Oh no, there's the one place. Where's St. Mary? I gotta zoom out to get back to it.
The gas station?
No, there is where is it? Kip's Beer Garden. And oh my god, these pictures are fantastic.
On Kip's Beer Garden, I want to look it up.
It is open. It basically, I don't know how to describe it. Other than basically it has big barn doors that just get opened when it opens up, and you can just walk into this basically what looks like a barn that's been turned into a tavern.
Yo, that pizza looks so good.
This is 100% like a Dean place. Yeah. If you remember the episode where they go to the cowboy motel, that's how excited you would be at this place.
That is exactly what this place is. Yeah, Sawyer puts down $500 and just says, whatever's good.
And the drinks flow. And is there anything else that anybody's doing?
No? Valerie is scribbling in a journal madly. That was not what she expected. And still not really sure what is going on with it. And there's a cowboy mafia. That seems kind of terrifying. So, but we're getting more drunk, so everything's good.
At some point in the night, Sawyer, you've had enough to drink to where you need to use the facilities. You go in, do your business, and as you're washing your hands, someone comes up and stands next to you. Mr. Graham, I have a proposition for you. I need you to hold on to something for me.
What's my cut? Think you know this works just about as well as I do.
Let's just say that a dear friend of yours is gone, but I can get them back. But in trade, I just need you to hold on to this. And he holds up this black obsidian looking shard, about 3 inches long, about an inch wide.
Yeah, Sawyer will grab it, put it in his coat pocket.
Excellent. I'll tell Percival you said hello. And for a moment, he blinks and his eyes are jet black. Blinks again and they're back to normal. And he vanishes.
I think as he vanishes, Sawyer reaches out to try and grab his coat.
Gone.
Yeah, Sawyer didn't get any numbers from anybody last time. So I think he's just gonna like panic, kind of like pulls out a cigarette, leans up against the sink in the bathroom, and sort of like shakingly starts smoking.
After a while, I feel like one of you might notice that Sawyer hasn't been back in a while. And even if he's going number 2, like it's been a minute.
It's probably Dutton, since Dutton is not drinking. So
Sawyer's been gone a while.
Yeah, he'll go look for him.
There he is in the bathroom, shaking and smoking.
I don't think you're supposed to do that in here.
There's a
The
lot of
shaking
things
or the
we ain't
smoking?
supposed to be doing. You shake more than twice, you're playing with it. I know, but someone's really got him. I gotta go find my friend Percy.
Oh, okay.
If anyone asks, I wasn't here. And I think Sawyer's gonna like jump out the window.
Like he could have used the door. Like,
what?
No,
no
no
he
one
just
can
left.
know.
There was
No one can know he was here.
well, all I imagine is that scene from like Scott Pilgrim where they open the door, close it a little bit, and you see Scott jumping through the window in the background.
Like Dutton comes back to the tables. Sorry, just jumped out a window and ran away.
Okay, so does the old dude have dementia? Because, like, I'm
Possibly, I don't know. He was just smoking in the bathroom, and then he jumped out the window and said, "I was never here."
Smoking in the boys' room.
He's got old timers.
great.
The night dwindles on, the scene comes to a close, but the camera cuts elsewhere. It's dark, dingy. The man from the bathroom is there, kneeling before somebody else. The second piece is in place, my lord. You hear a gravelly voice. Excellent. And the camera pans up, not being able to see his features, but to these bright blue eyes that then shine a bright crimson red.
Ooh.
And our episode comes to an end.
No, I like it.
Thank you, everybody, for coming and watching our 5th episode of Supernatural as we run it West March style. I love running this. This is one of our probably more popular games right now. But I could not tell these amazing stories without the amazing players that come and pull the shenanigans that they do. So I love to spotlight them because they make all of this possible. And we're just gonna go from top to bottom, starting with Dut.
Hi, I'm Tapper Zombie. Anywhere that I can be found, that's usually random TikTok things or over on Redbubble where I make weird things that make me laugh. I'm also on the server as a mod over there. So
Yeah, he's good people. And one of our new players to this game, Valerie.
Hi, I'm Gibbous Rage. You can find me on TikTok. I'm on the server, causing general chaos and mayhem.
And then a person that asked me to be their friend, and now they're stuck with me in all my bullshit, Alice.
Hi, I'm Mama C or Mama Khalik. You can find me on all things as Mama Khalik, as well as on Mastery of Nord, where I own and run various D&D games and one VTM game where I get to kill that asshole over there. So payback's a bitch.
It's fine.
I also mute you when I can't stand you talking anymore, so it's fine.
But then asks me to speak before everybody else.
Exactly. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm currently on a hiatus for a short period of time, but we'll be back soon. In the meantime, catch me doing one-off games like this just to annoy the fuck out of this guy.
And then last, but certainly not least, the man with the velvet voice that has absolutely ruined the 1990s animated Shredder for me, Depressomancy.
Hello, ghouls, gals, and garbage pals. I am Depressomancy. You can find me as Depressomancy or Depressomancer on all social medias. I am a voice actor, game designer, dungeon master, and provider of memes. Feel free to hire me to do anything you'd like. If you'd like a speech done, I'm here for you.
And that leaves me. I am Ryan. I go by Darth Caustic on all socials, including TikTok and Blue Sky. Not much else other than that. Discord and Twitch. If you find me anywhere else, listen, times is rough and I got to do what I got to do to make money. All right. And I also didn't know you're into that kind of thing, but I ain't gonna kink shame. I may kink judge, however.
It's okay. King
I
shaming.
created the Dark Domain, and these lovely people have helped me build a pipe dream into a wonderful, growing community. We are, I think, closing in on 70 members right now, which is amazing. I didn't realize that I had that many people that would put up with me. But we have some amazing things coming. You should come back here tomorrow for another installment of our Power Rangers game, starring myself and Depressomancy.
I'll be there
as the Cosmic Star Rangers. That game is run and led and brainchild by the amazing Techo Monk, also one of our moderators over here on the Discord server, and just an amazing person. And I love being in that game. He's doing a fantastic job. Yes, and we're flying higher than ever before. We're going to be Rangers in space.
Space Rangers. Be ready.
Yeah, not
I'm
to
gonna kiss
confuse
an
with Power Rangers in space. Legally distinct from that.
Legally.
But yeah, we will have that tomorrow evening. So come back and watch that. Wednesday would normally be a Veils of Blood night, but since we are on hiatus, I'm taking over. And we are running a Digimon mini series on Maestria Nord on Wednesdays until Veils of Blood returns. And then something may migrate over to the Dark Domain. We'll see. The little fan system I found that we had to make the sheets for. Once again, we are closing in on 100 followers here on our Twitch channel. Once we do reach that, we are going to do a giveaway with some goodies from Silver Studios, which their link is right there in the chat. Also, we have some amazing other channels that you can follow, including Maestria Nord, Shattered Tabletop Gaming, Slices and Dices. And if you want custom handmade dice, go over to the Grum's Bag of Holding server and get a custom polyhedral resin set. Once we're also still raising that $500 for the Queer Youth Resource Center of Southwest Washington, a nonprofit organization that helps queer youth within the state. We don't get any of that money that you donate, neither does Twitch. It all goes to that organization. So if you find yourself in a place to be able to help with that, please do. We know what kind of climate we live in. We don't need to get into that. But the next generation needs our help, needs us to stand up and help them out.
Or slap.
If you like what you saw tonight, go over to our YouTube channel where everything else gets uploaded. And you can watch it all over again and get caught up on the lore of this game and other ones that have happened, including some vampire one-shots that may be prologues to an upcoming campaign where I get to harass 2 people here in the chat.
Who? I'm sorry, what?
Who could that be?
Yeah, I don't know. People that just like, hey, I want to do it. But also speaking of that, that is where we will be using a song from the band Cyberscream, who generously let us use one of their tracks for the intro music. They said yes on Father's Day, blew my mind. I was expecting a no, but they were all in for it. So go check them out, show them some love. Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, TikTok, wherever. Yes, vampires. I believe somebody you live with has been telling you we play a lot of vampire over here. It's one of our favorite
Yes.
system.
Join my beautiful
So,
vampire queen.
yes, if you're into that, come. We have like a
Ryan,
vampire one shot.
you don't play vampire. You don't know.
No, we
you've never
don't.
heard
We
of it.
definitely don't have like a vampire one shot once a month minimum. No,
Never.
that wouldn't be us,
You've never even heard of World of Darkness.
right? But yeah, no, we have a bunch of other stuff. We have our monthly Return to Terra game, where Depressomancy stars in that. We're using the Everyday Hero system. We have numerous one shots that come through, from one page RPGs, World of Darkness, and other such systems like Vampire and whatever else I get my hands on. And currently, we are recruiting for a Pacific Rim one shot. So check that out, because who doesn't love giant robots fighting giant monsters?
Yes.
Just saying. But that's it for us here tonight on the Dark Domain. Remember that you deserve to exist. You deserve to take up space. You all need to take care of one another, but more importantly, please, please take care of yourselves. And we will see you next time. Bye.